Real life military. Today we're going to be talking about the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. But first, we're going to go over credit cards a little bit just to get a background into what we're talking about. I plan on making a full video about credit cards and credit later, but I want to start doing these credit card videos just so you can get cracking on them, on the whole reason why I make those a big issue. So, credit cards are a secure payment method that provides access to a limited line of credit. You can borrow from this line of credit and pay it back over time. When responsibly used, you can establish a credit history and get a better credit score. So credit score and credit history is how you are able to get loans. Without that, you don't have anything. So the credit card companies make money off three primary sources. The first one is interest charges. When you carry over a balance and don't pay it off, then you get an interest charge. So after you pay that to the company, that's one way they get money, and that's how they get a revenue through these credit cards. That's why they give out credit cards. This isn't free money in any way. So the second one is card holder fees. So this is annual fees and late fees and any other charges you can think of. And the third is transaction fees. So when businesses accept credit cards, there's a exchange going on between these credit card companies such as Visa, MasterCard, American Express. These networks have to pay the merchant when they are used, and they pay them back, and that's how they get the money. So remember that credit cards have conditions, they have terms, they have an annual rate that you have to pay, and so on and so forth. So most people think credit cards are scams and aren't good to use. But like I said, that's how you really gain credit history and get that credit score up. And you need it for everything that you do. We've all heard bad stories of people that use credit cards poorly, or they use them, then forget about them. And those interest charges keep on racking up, and your bill gets higher and higher and higher. And you may not even know about it if you're irresponsible. So besides establishing credit and getting that credit's history, the military has a nice perk that some credit card companies waive that annual fee. And for us, that is huge, used correctly. So in my case, I've started this for about 9 months, and I've gained all these points, and I've used them for vacations and hotel stays and rental cars and everything like that. And it's free money if used correctly. If you just use those purchases that you would use cash or your regular debit card, just use the credit card, swipe that, and then turn around and just pay it off instantly. That's how this works. So now we're going to go to the first one right here. So this is the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So as you see, this one has a 75,000 point bonus after you spend $4,000 for 3 months. That is around $1,300 a month. It's not that crazy. And the annual fee for people that aren't in the military is $550 that they have to pay. We don't have to pay that. And used through Chase, it's around $1,000 for travel. But there's a lot more that goes into it. So here we go. So right here is the Chase Reserve. As we said, 55 or 550 annual fee. You get reward points for usage, and the regular APR is 22% to 29%. This right here is how this gets really crazy for some people that aren't responsible and carry those charges from month to month. That adds up super quick. It does have a high credit score that you have to have before you can even apply for it. But this is like the cream of the crop for credit cards for sure. And the reason why I'm starting off with Chase is different companies have different rules. Chase has a 524 rule, which means that you can have 5 cards within 24 months. So this is a very long game for this credit card military perk. So you start off with your Chase and you get 5 Chase cards right off the bat before you go to any other company. So And after you get your first one, when that falls off in 2 years, you can start Chase Up again. That's how that is. But don't worry about that right now. That's like deep into the game, right? So the other perks that you have besides getting the points, and these points you get more as you spend. So that 75,000 is going to turn into I think by the time you spend $4,000, I think it's around 90,000. So the other perks that you have is this huge one right here is you get $300 annual travel credit. And this can be used for flights and hotels or whatever. And every year you get that. So even if you weren't military and you got this card for $550, $300 is already free that you can knock off. So really the card only costs you $250. And besides that, you get insurance, travel insurance, and you get that that rental. You get the upgraded rental that I already talked about in the last video with the elite rental memberships. So pros that we have here: high reward rates, luxury perks, protections. You can transfer between partners and primary rental coverages. The cons are high annual fee, which we don't have to pay, and it requires excellent credit. So besides that, it is a definitely go-to kind of card. So you get different points per dollar, and you can look into that as it goes. But right now, we're really just looking for the card and getting that 75,000 points. And this should be a yearly thing. So after you do this 3 months and pay that off with the minimum spending, you can grab another card. But just know that you have to wait at least 31 days to get another card. You can't buy them back to back or even week to week. You have to wait 31 days. If not, then you will get denied. 100% you will get denied. So we'll go ahead and go here. So this is the earning elite status of the credit cards that I talked about before. So and this one is just shows you the different cards that you can have. So right here it says Chase Sapphire Reserve. So that's one of them. And you have your Platinum card and Capital One. And there's a couple other flight ones as well. But that is basically it. It comes with an app that you can track what you actually spend and pay it really easily. Chase is a very, very good app and a good bank to work with. Very easy. So this definitely should be the very first card that you get. It's the best with that $300 on travel with the hotels and flights. Like it's gold. And also if you have if you are married, then you can get this card and then your wife can also get it. So if you knock out the first one like fast, say you have a big purchase and you throw it all on the credit card, like that $4,000 get knocked out real quick, then your wife can get it too. And then you'll have $600 to use on flights and hotels. And that's how this stacks up. And the more cards, the more rewards. But this is the first one that you should start off with for sure.